this one's going to be interesting. It's going to be a little something that's going to happen on tonight's show that's never happened before. And I'm kind of curious. My guest has no clue. I kind of have no clue what we're going to get into here. But let me. Whoa, shit! I almost lost you. What a start. Let me start off by the reg that we do around here. This is Stir the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very special guest, one Coach Will. Thank you for coming in, my man. I appreciate it.
Mr. Kincaid, the pleasure's all mine. Thank you for allowing me on. First things first, so I don't get yelled at and don't get bitched out afterwards, I must do the thing. For everyone out there, there you are. So now Mr. Dozer can't cut me from the program, so I'm safe now.
Oh, so that's kind of, I was going to start off with something that I've never done before, because everything, and I do mean everything, I kind of know who you are through word of mouth, if you will, through some of your peers at the chop shop and such. And my shtick is and I've never met you, never seen any footage of you. I don't look up anybody. If I've never met you, I'm a jackass. I go in cold as cold AF, as the kids say nowadays. I go in so cold that I just love I love meeting new people and really going right off the cuff, having a nice little conversation. And I just really like to do it organically. Would it be smart to go maybe look up Coach Will, maybe see what he's done at the chop shop, maybe see who his peers are and his nemesis are at said chop shop? Sure, I probably could. Do I? No. That's just the way I do shit around here.
I like the honesty.
But before we do get into this little thing I got going on, I wanted to start off by around here, we just talk wrestling. We get to learn about Coach Will. Again, I've never met you, so this is going to be a pleasure. I love meeting new people. And what we do is we kind of hang out. We talk wrestling. We get to know Coach Will. We just have a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. Again, I got loose lips, so you can speak freely all you want. But what I would like to start this off with is we have this whole topsy-turvy shit going on right now in the world. This whole Kincaid. I love saying it. I don't know why. This whole Kincaid.
I have actually caught myself saying it as well lately, and I'm like, no, I've been watching this guy way too much.
Yes, it's gaining steam. That's amazing. We have a lot of shit going on right now, so I'd like to start off with yourself, the family, and everybody. Are you guys well?
First off, thank you for asking. We are well. We've been lucky enough to avoid it all. My wife is in the thick of it. She's a third shift CNA at a local hospital, and she's been working at least 40 hours a week. I say least because she's been working more. And it's scary to have someone as close to you as, your wife being in the middle of it, but she's taking the precautions. We take the precautions at home. I mean, we have kids here, so washing our hands is already part of the daily routine anyway. But we're doing our thing, and thank God, knock on wood, everyone's been okay so far, and hopefully we come out of this thing the same way we went into it.
That's fantastic to hear. And from the fans to your wife, many thanks. Being in the thick of it, like you said, not an easy task to transition to go into a whole new procedure of how to take care of people with everything that's going on. So big kudos, big props to wife Will, or how do we do this one? Coach, what's her first initial?
You can call her Shelly. She's good with that.
Coach Shelly, can we just go? We gotta tie into Coach, man.
We'll go with that.
Coach Shelly.
I'll let her know you said she's a tough cookie. Let me tell you, she's not one to shy away from something like this or anything for that matter. And I give her tons of credit, and I appreciate the kind words. I will pass those along to her.
Absolutely, because in wrestling, we like to have fun, but we also care a lot. We like to send a lot of love out there. At least I do. Not everybody does, but at least I know I do. And I pay, I always give respect where respect is due. And that right there, being in the whole thing is just really crazy right now. And with everything we've got going on. But another thing I wanted to touch upon is we have a theme on this show. It used to be, it kind of evolved because it's more sanitary, if you will. Wash your hands, wash your ass. It doesn't matter which order, really. I don't care, but make sure you do both. But then it's evolved into a wash your hands, wash your ass. Then why don't you just wash your hands again, just to be double sanitary? So now the order doesn't get mixed up. Just do it in that order, and you'll have a fantastic day. But make sure both are done.
Like when you come to a stop sign, you look left, right, left. Hands, ass, hands. I like it.
Oh, this is gonna be a fucking fun one. Okay, now, Coach Will, I know that this is the very first time we're meeting each other, and
Yes,
again, we have a lot of fun. But I kind of want to take this into a different turn than I've ever have on this show.
What are you doing to me?
Well, here, I've got another device in my hand, right? And I've got it all set up. And I happen to be on my face page. Face page, I love saying that. Let me boot up my face page here. What I'm going to do here is and my point being of the opening is I do everything on the cuff. I never write anything down. I don't have any questions set, and I just totally fly. I've got shitloads of questions here. And, dude, all I say, and I'm talking like, now the post I put up, if I go back one page, now 3 hours ago I put up this post after work. I kind of spaced on putting it up. I usually do it in the morning, but I'm a space case, and I kind of forgot. And I said, oh shit, Coach Will. And I was at work still. Actually, I was still at work, and I put this up, the picture up in the post. Dude, bing, 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 bing. My phone is getting lit up like a motherfucking Christmas tree. What's going on? Who's hitting me up? And I see, and we are at a tally of 29 comments. I might have one or two included, but they're all questions for Coach Will from your peers at the Chop Shop. And I know you kind of filtered through a little bit because you mentioned something about the thing. Could you do the thing? Because the thing was mentioned here, predominantly, might I say. Do the thing one more time, and what the hell is the thing? So do it one more time and then explain to us what the thing is.
All right, so basically, you got your heavy metal horns, take them, put them together facing out, and there, my friend, is the thing. You got it. Beautiful. Excellent.
That's it.
The thing. That's it. Simple, but people love it. Yeah, man. So it came up because I was trying to come up with an entrance for Coach Will. I had one, I came up with my music, but I noticed if you have certain things that you do, it catches on with the crowd. Whether Austin used to have the middle fingers, The Rock had the eyebrow, the Miz had his little Naruto thing going on. I mean, the list goes on. So I was trying to come up with something I could do to, reach the fans there. And, Coach Will, W. So I'm sitting there going, I wonder if I can make a W with my hands. Oh, I can. And I just did it one day for the hell of it. And someone was like, what the hell was that? I was like, I don't know. It's this thing I do. And son of a bitch, this thing did not catch fire to where I come out and I'm a face and I'll go around the ring and I have people coming up to me, not to give me high fives, but to do the thing to me. It's unreal. It's I take it as a sign of respect. I take it as it's funny but awesome at the same time. And Mr. Dozer, I'm sure you're familiar with him. I've seen the podcast you had, has threatened me on numerous occasions that if I don't do the thing at least once per show, I am unbooked. And being the current RICW Inner City champion, I cannot give that up. So now I must do the thing in my contract.
Oh, Wow, we're definitely going to dive into that in a little bit later. Holy shit, I did not expect Coach Will is a champion? Are you kidding me? Really?
I am.
Wow.
I,
Wow.
we have a lot to learn about each other, Mr. Kincaid. We need to get you down there.
Yeah, man, that just twisted me a little bit here. Not to take anything away from your in-ring prowess, if you will, because I haven't seen it, but that kind of threw me. I did not see that coming.
I don't have the face champion. I know. I'm a regular guy. It's okay.
Hey, the fans were very easy. We like the regular guy, and just doing that little thingy right there, what you're doing. Hey, see how easy that caught on? We're so fucking easy, man. That's all we need is something like that. Hey, and I'm a rocker. I've been a musician. I got all my shit sitting in my room here. I got a full stack, a couple heads here. One's tubed, one's solid state. I got like 5 guitars. I got a bass guitar I bought from Dave Cole. I just kind of gave up music and took up wrestling, and all my shit's back there. So I can do this all fucking day long, baby.
Excellent. I like it. See, you're a fan already. Look at that.
Yeah, man. So this is going to be fucking weird. I've never taken questions ever. And so what I'm going to do is, for the first time on Stirring the Pot, I'm going to sit here and read questions. This is going to be weird for me, but it should be fun. A little something different. And Coach Will, you just happen to be the only person that I've gotten a slew of questions for. This is amazing. I hate to whistle a lot, but I'm all amped up here because this is going to be a lot of fun. All right. First question right off the ripper, and I do mean right off the ripper as soon as this post went up. One Mr. Chris Dozer. Ask him why he's such a noob. So, why are you such a noob, my friend?
So, excuse me. With everything going on, we've been kind of, condemned to our house, so to speak. And we came up with this idea where, as much as I hate to say his name, and I know it will come up later, but Coach C, yeah, which I got a bone to pick with you about that guy too. But anyway, Coach C came up with this idea and the RSCW board to do a shooting from the underground, which is basically a few of us get together and we play the game Fortnite. The game, get away from the game. I'm not a huge fan of it, but we use the game as a way to discuss RICW, to discuss life, and just get things out of your mind that are currently happening outside of the 4 walls you are residing in. And we BS with each other, and Dozer is apparently better than me in this game, but that doesn't stop me from harassing him in game and apparently getting in his way. But he is better than me, therefore the nickname, the noob. And I apparently will not shed that name, but that is where that came from. And you can catch these on our official RICW's YouTube page. We do have episodes recorded. If you're bored and want to go check it out, or if you're not bored and want to go check it out, it's a lot of fun. I get yelled at least in 2 episodes so far, because that's just how Dozer is with me. But yeah, it's fun. It's interesting.
Is it a Zoom thing or is it just an in-gaming thing?
So again, Coach C is the mastermind behind this because he is the technology master as far as the 4 of us go that are playing the game. So he gets it all together. He records the audio, he records the game, and he makes sure it gets out to the masses. So It's just him using this. I believe it's PS4, but do not quote me on that. But he uses that as the way to record everything, and we just all have our mics on.
Now, you've spoken about RICW a couple times now. That's obviously your home promotion, I would say, correct?
Now it is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, RICW, for those that do not know, it is Rhode Island Championship Wrestling. They run out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island. I'm from Connecticut. This is like a good 2 hours away from me, and I would go there regularly, man. So I can't wait till we kind of get back from shit so I can start heading up to the Chop Shop. But it's in Pawtucket, Rhode Island at the Chop Shop. It's one of probably 5 or 6 different promotions that reside or kind of, I guess I'll use the word reside at the chop shop. And I have not, out of all of the promotions that I've gone, all of the shows that I've been to, I have not been at an RICW because I would go there in the afternoon for an MAW, and then I would go because I would usually be scheduled on the weekend. So I would figure, F it, I might as well go for a Rhode Island one in the afternoon and then shoot back to Connecticut. I'll do a double duty. I don't care about the driving and all that crap. But then as I get there, it's like, because the dates kind of, I had so many dates on my schedule, I just have to slip them in when I can, you know? So
Fair.
I got to catch me an RICW show. So I'm making excuses, but I'm still a jackass for not catching an RICW show. So I apologize.
Not me. I wouldn't call you a jackass for that. I will tell you that you're missing out, however. Especially the last year or so. They've really been putting out some awesome shows. They've been doing a really good job, you know, and it's tough because you mentioned how so many promotions run out of that shop, but at the same time, we have promotions running in other areas as well. And I'm sure you've seen this come up in other promotions where you have dual promotions running the same night. So the fact that they have had to compete with other promotions and are still putting out excellent content, you know, it's pretty awesome that they haven't just folded to other people and called it a night. You know, they've been going strong. I feel very lucky to be part of this ride that they're on right now, because I heard they used to be considered the underdog of the Chop Shop, and they've shed that light to, you know, give the name more prestige. It seems like. I mean, I haven't been around that long, so I could be putting words in people's mouths, but it's kind of what I've heard is RSCW didn't have the greatest name years ago, and now they are definitely coming on strong. And I personally see that. And I'm not just saying that because I'm part of it. I've seen who comes through there. You know, the names like Mike Montero is the Warzone champion there. You know, we've had Dick Lane. We've had, you know, Dozer. I mean, Jesus, the list goes on. You know, your boys from Connecticut, Cold Catch have started showing up. I actually had the pleasure of sharing the ring with him one night.
We're definitely going to, we're going to speak on that one, because that's actually one of the questions and said slew of questions. That's actually part of that.
Q&A then, because I can go on all night about RSCW and the Chop Shop, but we'll continue on.
I will touch on real quick though. RICW definitely has taken on a different platform, if you will. They've stepped it up. They've stepped up their program a bit, if you will. And RICW is kind of it has a little more light shined on them than they did previously. In the years, and I don't know a whole lot about that entire scene, the history of, but I do agree with you on that. So I can't wait to see what the future brings for RICW. The next question, number 2, is from Coach C. Ask him why he followed me as a coach to RICW.
Oh my God, Coach C. So, believe it or not, this feud has been going on over a year and a half. I shit you not, I am not exaggerating. So I broke into wrestling at the age of 32. 32. I started way late in life. So I started, you know, as a ref once my training was going on. Which I love the fact that I started as a ref because I learned so much. I still am a referee for promotions, but that's another topic. But RSCW one night, you know, I was going to their shows, and one night they needed a ref, and I had my gear. I was like, yeah, I'd love to ref for you guys. And at the time, Chaz Marinelli, who's one of the promoters for the show, knew of my training, but didn't know exactly how good I was in the ring, so he at the time just wanted to use me as a rep, which I was fine with. At the same exact time, and again, I shit you not in this one, at the same exact time I started refereeing, Coach C started showing up at RSCW. So at the time, I was Ref Will. And then a few months in, you know, with the stripes, Chad saw something in me. He heard about my trainings, and gave me an opportunity. One night I was in the ring. He came up, pulled me to the side, and said, "Hey, go get your gear on. You're wrestling." And just like that, I went from Ref Will to Coach Will at the snap of a finger, and I took on Devin Baker for my first match in RCW. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, and but yeah, so the coach name started catching on, Coach Will, but so did Coach C. So
Mm.
I am not a man to mince words. Coach C did technically get to RSCW before Coach Will, but we basically got there at the same exact time. So he can kiss the fattest spot of you know what.
Wow. Uh, now, I do want to continue, and the next two are.
You can ignore a few of his questions if they're a majority of his now. Just saying.
Well, the next two aren't. They're more kind of statements, and they're both from Coach C. So after that question, the next one is again a statement. I'm really sorry for you, Don. Period. Then the next statement is, I like the podcast being stirring the pot, but after this call, ... So I don't know where he stands on stirring the pot now. I don't even know if he's going to watch this, but I think curiosity will kill him, and he has to watch this. If he doesn't, he's just his top is going to blow.
Oh God, yeah, that dude is. Whenever I post something on my Facebook page, he always has to make a comment. 9 times out of 10, stalks me, and I don't care what he says. He's 50 years old. I don't understand what his obsession with me. I'm a coach. He's a coach. We should be seeing eye to eye right now. We should, but no, he's been harassing me nonstop. A year and a half, Don. A year and a half. That's 500 friggin' days. Okay.
Man, that's. I've seen Jay Brown be a gigantic. All hail El Jabroni. I've seen Jay Brown be a gigantic pain in the balls to one Ryan Frost when he started his career. So for me as a fan, that was amazing and a lot of fun. First off, because I'm El Jabroni's all hail El Jabroni. I'm his number one fan. And that was a lot of fun. But, man, it seemed like it was like 10 years long. You're saying a year and a half. That's got to seem like 15 years he's been crawling up your ass.
I do nothing to the kid. I'm just trying to make my career something. In every single corner, he's there. It's like, you know what I compare it to? I compare it to Batman and Joker. All right? He is the Joker to my Batman. All right? That's how I look at it. It's wherever there's evil, it's Coach C usually. And then I have to make sure I quell it, or else shit's going to hit the ceiling. But he finds ways to knock me down a peg, and I got to find a way to get around it. I swear to God, that's the best analogy or best comparison I have for you, rather.
I don't mean to laugh at your pain, if you will. But, man, sounds like an amazing time at the Chop Shop in our ICW, man. Sounds just like a ton of fucking fun. I mean, for real. We talk a lot about character on this show, and at the Chop Shop, there are a plenty of character, if you will. So I kind of want to move on to, now, I don't know if we call him Ref Bob, if that's correct on saying. So I don't know. I'll just use his name, Bob Dutra. If I'm correct on saying, is that Ref Bob? Does he go by Ref Bob or Ref Rob? Or because I know he's a ref, right? Yeah, I've seen him ref.
I think Ref Bob. We'll call him Bob. I know who you're referring to.
Okay. So here's his. Ask him about the setup to his and Sire's match at AWL. That was all Coach C's idea and great storytelling. If I'm not mistaken, if that's what he said.
The setup to the show. So, Brian Sire and myself, we did have a bit of a back and forth going in AWL, where I'm actually the 24/7 champion as well, Patriot Express champion. But to earn that, I actually had to beat Brian Sire. It was, we had a few matches back and forth. Coach C was in his corner. He was his manager, and they were trying to get one up on me. Long story short, at the match, it was me versus Brian Sire. I was also a referee for AWL, and the referee got knocked out. I hit my finisher on Mr. Saya. No one to pin him. I get up. Someone's yelling, "Get a ref out here." That's a good idea. Rip off my shirt with my ref shirt right under it. Pin Saya for the 1, 2, 3. It was all legal, and I'm 24/7 champion. If that's what he's going to do.
I love the double shirt thing. I've even done it on Center Ring, public access show in Wallingford with the Fog Man. He's had this long running show, and I've had the privilege of sitting next to him and having a lot of fun. And I've pulled the double shirt thing, and man, I love that whole double shirt bit.
Well,
Now,
see what Bob meant, because when he says it was Coach C's idea, he always refers to me as ref. He'd rather see me in stripes. So I basically used his idea against him, where I became a ref to become champ.
well, he didn't actually. I paraphrased there. I changed those two words right there. Instead of Coach C, it's your shoot name. I didn't know if you wanted me to throw that out there, so I just said Coach C, if that's okay.
Oh, well, wait, whose shoot name?
Yours?
Yeah, oh, you said Coach C, that's why I was confused. Yeah, it was
Coach Will. My bad. See, I'm getting the coaches mixed up. You guys got a couple coaches going on, and I apologize. Rewind. Yeah, rewind. Coach Will. My bad.
It's bad. Okay. It's okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my.
I guess it's
both our idea, because he's the one who kept calling me a ref, so he kind of gave me the idea. I just used it against him.
Yeah, my bad. I gotta watch my coaches here. Now underneath that, and the sub question 1 under said question that I said is by Coach C. Also ask him what happened at Extreme Retribution.
We don't need to go over that.
Oh, okay. So let me get back to AWL. What does it stand for? And if I'm correct on saying, is that run by Maniac Mike?
Correct. Maniac Mike is the one who runs that. AWL, American Wrestling League. I pray to God I get that right. I'm not going to look it up.
I'm pretty sure you're correct on that. Just wanted to reiterate that. Okay, we don't have to talk about Extreme Retribution. Let's move on. Let's see. A front runner. We've got another one from Coach C. Ask him. Ask him what happens if he even lays one of his disgusting fingers on me at RICW. So what would happen if Coach Will lays a finger on Coach C at Rhode Island Championship Wrestling?
So this one I'll talk about.
Okay.
So at the last, I believe this is the last show before the COVID took over. We had a match. I had a match rather. It was with Golden Boy, Harry Brooks. Not sure if you're familiar with him or not.
I am.
So it was the show after I had won the Intercity Championship, and it was just a one-on-one. It wasn't like a rematch or anything. It was just a one-on-one, kind of like, But after the match, it was a tough fight, but I won, and I rolled out of the ring, and I remember signing an autograph for a fan, and I remember the fan leaving ringside right after he got it, and then a few seconds later, Coach C hops on the mic. Turns out it wasn't an autograph. I had signed a contract stating if I touch Coach C, if I do anything physically to him, I lose the belt and am banned from not just RICW, but the Chop Shop in general. So he's basically set it up to where if I do anything to him physically, I'm going from that place. I can't remember if there's any other parts of the contract, but that's the biggest part because he's a piece of shit, and I don't care what anybody says about him. I can't stand the kid. He's paying the ass, and he coaches. So that's him getting that one up on me, and yeah, he pulled a fast one on me. I got to give it to him.
Well, I know you've been telling us the story of that whole bit right there. That kind of sucks on your end because you want to strangle the kid. But I don't know if you were watching me, and I was smiling through basically the whole thing of your demise, and I apologize for that. But me as a fan, I am soaking that in so much because right there, my friend, that's creative wrestling right there. From he's a fucking 15-year-old kid. I mean, for holy cow, he's got some really fun ideas. So as a fan, I'm enjoying every single word of your demise on there, and I apologize. But I really think it's so much fun to do those things like that. The entertainment value of it is through the roof. I love it. I really do.
I
And
will.
again,
I have to give him a little bit of credit as far as, and I say a little bit, but he's definitely helped make the name Coach Will a little more relevant there as far as our feud goes. I think we've kind of helped build each other up in that place as far as notoriety goes. Because wherever you see Coach C, I'm sorry, wherever you see Coach Will, chances are Coach C is not far behind, and it's just people get a kick out of it. It's I'm glad people get a kick out of it because I guess it would be all for naught if you look at it in the big picture, like you said. And I'm glad that the fans get entertainment out of it because when I get my one up on Coach C, it'll be an even bigger thing.
What you just stated right there, Coach C is going to so isolate that, and he's going to put it on his page. I already know by you guys elevating each other. I already know that's coming. So let's move on. I said this is going to be the first episode that I've ever given questions, right? You know, and Coach C again, is there a limit? I go, yeah, F it, keep it coming. He's like, good to know. So the questions kept coming in. So let me go to the next one. Oh, wow, what a surprise! Again, our front runner here, Coach C. It does change in a little bit. I will give you a hint. It does change in a little bit. Coach C says favorite things on Coach C. Go ahead.
He wants me to tell him my favorite things.
Go ahead about Coach C. Anything about? We'll just wait and wait and wait and well, I'd rather not have that.
I got one. My favorite thing about Coach C is he can't drive. So if I am anywhere else aside from the shop, he'd probably be there. There's one. Yeah.
Hey, very smart thinking there, my friend. Oh shit, that was awesome. What a fantastic answer. I love that. Okay. Again, front runner here, Coach C. Ask him what it's like knowing people like you better as a referee. He thinks that the people like Coach Will better as a referee, as Ref Will, instead of Coach Will. How do you feel that the people like you better as a ref?
I think that's, I hate to say it, but it's kind of a good question. So I mentioned earlier that I do referee for other promotions. I referee for RWA. I referee for XWA. I referee for RUA. I technically still referee for AWL. I have refereed for RSCW. I've refereed, I think, OPW once or twice. WAW. I mean, God, the list goes on that I've refereed for. And where Ref Will started getting notoriety, I pinpointed to this one show. Heart of a Warrior. Have you ever heard of it? Run by Jay Frost?
No, I'm sorry.
No, that's quite all right. It's only a once a year thing. It's charity. This would have been the second year, but things didn't go as planned. But Heart of the Warrior first ran in 2019, run by Jay Frost. It was to raise money for Boston Children's Hospital. He had a personal connection to it due to his daughter. I forget the exact reasons why, but he wanted to raise money for the hospital, which is extremely commendable. I offered to referee for him. Showed up to the show that day. Nine matches on the card, good matches. Jay looks at me and goes, so yeah, you're the only ref. I'm like, oh. He's like, are you okay doing all the matches? I was like, yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. I'm thinking, I'm just refereeing. I'm not doing all the crazy stuff. So, I started coming out, and, every time I came out, the announcer, and I want to say it was Andy Williams, would, Coach Will say, and it's after the third or fourth match, it started to become a joke. And here's your Ref Will. And it started catching on. By the eighth match, I started getting chants for Ref Will. And it got so loud that in the main event, which was Chris Dozer against Xavier Stone, I believe, they were cheering for me as much as they were cheering for the main event. And is it that was it. Ref Will took off from there. I've been blessed when I step through those ropes to get the response I get from those fans. You talk about the chop shop and the workers in there. I want to talk about the fans, and the people that come to that show are just fucking amazing. I would put those fans up against any promotion anywhere in the country. These people know their shit. They know who they want to cheer for, and I love them to death. They made Coach Will. They made Ref Will. They made me do what I do and enjoy it. It's incredible. And yeah, that show I think is where Ref Will really stood out, and people were like, "Oh, this dude knows what he's doing." So yeah, Ref Will's a big part of that place. And who's more popular, Coach or Ref? I don't know. That's a good question. It was a poll someday.
Man, you worked many a promotion as a referee. So, like you said, you were you were happy. You were glad that you were able to take on a referee role before actually being an in-ring personality, because you get to see many things that fans don't pick up. And I know there's a lot of smart fans out there. But when you're in that ring and you're doing your job and you're communicating with those 2 or those 4 or 6 men and women or whatever, uh, you learn way more than you probably ever thought as you started refereeing more and more and more. And you're like, oh, wow, oh, wow. And these little things, these little moments started piling up. Then you got into an in-ring personality and like, okay, I got this a little bit more. You had maybe, I'll give you a slight advantage by being a referee for a little bit, So, great point you made on that.
Yeah, I would push more people getting into this business, whether they're younger, my age, whatever. If you're just breaking into this business and you have an opportunity to referee for a promotion, breaking down a ring is great. Offering to bring ring crew is great. But if you can become a ref for a little while, fucking do it, man. I have got to referee some of the biggest names in New England. You get the chop shop, New England in general. Grant you, most of them come out of the chop shop, but I mean, I've been in the ring with, I've already named a bunch of those guys. Mike Montero. I've been in there with Kellen Thompson. Thomas. I've been in there with Brother Greatness. I've been in there with Robbie E. I was on the car with him one time, refereeing. I mean, all these names that come through, and they're all different personalities too, that I got to see up front, and I've definitely collected some knowledge that helped me out. So if you can referee, don't knock it. Do it. You'd be amazed what you learn, especially if you want to become a wrestler.
I might have seen Coach Will in action because I was going to the chop shop for a while. So I think I'm going to have to take a little sit. Maybe.
I think we did cross paths as far as that goes.
Well, this wasn't as silver because it's gotten really silver really quick. But I mean, it wasn't like black or nothing. It had maybe a little bit longer hair. But I'm going to have to maybe grab a little bit of the devil's lettuce, kick back, kick in my hard drive, and see if I can go through some maybe MAW you've worked for?
I was with MAW and Jerry before it went over to RUA, but yep, I did referee for MAW. I'm an exclusive ref for MAW and RUA. I don't wrestle for them. I'm glad to keep those lines drawn. They appreciate is having me in the stripes, and I'm more than happy to do it.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do because I think I got like maybe 6 or 8 events that I saved. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to go back on my hard drive and look at the footage. So moving on with the questions, we have Miss Jacqueline Sparks had her on the show. Oh, Miss Jacqueline Sparks, what a delight. The smile is amazing. Just don't get the clothesline. Don't take that punch. I heard it's very dangerous. I've seen some footage. So it really isn't a question. It's more of a statement, and we've already touched upon it right off the ripper. But I'm just going to say it anyways, because it's not, him asking a question. Make sure he does the thing. So we kind of already covered that topic. But I just wanted to say these two words. I've been waiting the whole time here. Jacqueline Sparks. I've been waiting to say that. I love me some Miss Sparks. What a delight. I can't wait to see her perform live. So another reason why I got to get out to the Chop Shop in RICW. And then I go. Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, that's all right. Sorry. I was going to say, I did see a podcast with her, and I do appreciate the kind words from her. She is a good worker, especially for size, male or female. The fact that she's going up against people, 2 to 3 times her size is it's something in and of itself to say, she's in the ring doing what she can. And she's pulled out some good victories. I was part of a 5-way scramble for the Intercity Championship a while back. And, she gave me some good shots that match. We haven't faced each other one-on-one, but again, with that Intercity Championship, that grants me the right to a championship match for the Universal Championship whenever I'd like. So she knows it's coming. She knows I'll be there. So I will get my one-on-one with her eventually. And I imagine it's going to be one hell of a match because she's a damn good wrestler and a good person.
And you're talking to championships here. She's the man, if you will, of RICW. She's the champ. So, I can't wait to see what she brings to the table live. Watching footage is one thing. I love, just being there. Totally different.
2 different worlds. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. So then I answered with, now I'm intrigued. He goes, she says, oh, he'll know what the thing is. And then Coach C, trolling in, if you will, this thing is more over than his whole career, just saying. So, he was just kind of throwing in a little dig.
I have for you, Mr. Kincaid. So I've been kind of working on myself also and things I want to do when wrestling does get back to it. And I have something here for the fans. It's a little something. I don't know if you can see that right there.
Oh, shit. Are those stickers? We love fucking stickers. Are those stickers?
These are stickers right here. Nice pack of them here. Just got them in about a week ago. I have an idea for them. I will put that out in a little while. But yeah, this as you see, the thing is there. Yeah. So
I love the thing on a sticker. Please give us more things on stickers. We love that shit. Give us. Whoa, hey.
Hey, wait.
Not all things. Not all things. Yeah. Give us more things. We like buttons. We like fucking koozies. We love T-shirts. Give us stuff. We're easy. I've already said that. We're easy. Something that costs $2, like a sticker, or something that really doesn't cost $20 in one sitting. We'll buy 2 or 3 of them. So those are the little tidbits that I like to throw at the people that are upcoming. Get those little things that don't cost a lot at one time besides the T-shirts. We love T-shirts, obviously, but a sticker, a pin, whatever. And if you've got a couple of each that are different, oh, my God, we're taking one of each. At least I do. I mean, holy shit, I want them all. So that's awesome. Thank you for showing us, the fans. That's amazing. Let's see. Ref Bob, we'll call him Bob, I guess. I'm not sure. I think he's Ref Bob, though. Zebra Bob. I love calling you guys zebras. I think that's amazing. He's unbooked if he doesn't do the thing. Already covered. We've got that down. Okay. Sorry, but we are back to Coach C again. Question to Don to read on camera. How desperate did he get to have this zebra on it? Oh.
Wow. Oh. This is the bone I wanted to pick with you, Mr. Kincaid. You take a lot of shit from a little kid, and you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't. All right? You're the man. You're the one who's taking the time out of your busy life to interview us. You are the one who's gracing us with this opportunity to speak our mind freely, and he wants to sit here and be this kind of a douche to you, man, you don't deserve that. All right? He should be worrying about his homework, and he should be worrying about mowing the lawn and taking out the garbage instead of trolling people on Facebook and Instagram, whatever the friggin' social platform he's on. His dad needs to make sure he is in bed at 9 p.m. getting some sleep because he is causing people trouble, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the trouble. He needs to be put in his place. Yeah.
Hey, getting all amped up, Coach Will is. I love you. I truly appreciate the kind words of the platform and speaking freely. That's what we do. We like to have fun and speak our minds and such to a degree. You know, there's a line there. But you know, I get a lot of I get a lot of crap from a lot of people right now. So I mean, I'm kind of not really accustomed myself to it, if you will, but I've kind of gained a thick skin for a skinny ass dude. I will say that. My skin isn't as thin as my frame is, so let me put it that way. So I've kind of built a little thickness in my skin, and most of the times, kind of laugh, point and laugh at stuff like that, and it just makes it for even a funner time, or more fun time, however you want to put it. So let's move on, and we have. Oh, this is interesting, and it's yet again from our front runner, Coach C. But I'm kind of interested in this one. I'm sorry, I see the look. Ask him. Aren't we having fun? Ask him. Woo. Ask him about the time I asked to join forces. What the fuck is going on there? Coach C and Coach Will coming together to join forces? What is that?
This is a quick one. I think he does this stupid I forget what he even calls it, but it's this little thing he does where he tries to get people to sign to be part of his alumni, and he's asked people to do it. And yeah, see, you're making the face. You know what I'm talking about. He came one day with the contract to sign. What the fuck are you doing? That lasted 10 seconds. I threw it on the floor and walked away. Hell to the no. Well, I joined forces with that kid. That's that.
Oh, that was much quicker as some of them. I'm glad some of them were lengthy because very good storytelling, my friend. We are getting to know Coach, boys and girls. We are getting to know Coach Will. Did not expect that from this whole jazz that Coach, mainly from Coach C, has been putting out there. But we are getting to know much about Coach Will. So this is absolutely fantastic. Okay.
You got another
Here's
one, didn't you?
No, this one's from Mr. Dozer.
Okay.
Yeah. Ask him why he's afraid of Chris Dozer. If he says he isn't, remind him he should be. You're kind of laughing. I wouldn't. He's a big guy. I'm a little skinny guy, but you're a different frame. You've got skill in the ring. What is this whole mess going on with you and Mr. Dozer, my friend?
First off, let me go on the record of saying I hold Mr. Dozer in the highest degree. He has been one of my go-tos as far as knowledge and critique, and knowing that if I ask him a question about myself in a match or something, he's not going to hold back punches. Few years back when I started, my first initial wrestling came in TCW. This was run by one Austin AJP and Coco Sylvia. We all were training together, and they gave me an opportunity to wrestle with them. And we had a show one time where we had the trainees taking on veterans, and I was paired up with Chris Dozer as in one-on-one. And let me tell you, I am not scared of him, but I would never anger him because that was a hell of a match. I was green as all hell. I am proud to say I did not lose. I did not pin him, however. There was a disqualification in the match, which gave me the victory, but I wasn't proud of it. But he went toe to toe with me, and I'm glad to say I did not back down. And having more years under my belt now, if we ever cross paths again, I'm sorry, Dozer, I'm not scared of you. I will stand toe to toe with you. I have called out Hunter Kane, who is
Whoa.
like 7'3", 300 some odd pounds. Yes, that's a big man, and I called him out. Now, grant you, I got chokeslammed 7 times for it, back to back to back, back to back to back to back to back. But I called him out. Coach Will, I wouldn't be a coach if I taught fear. All right, you got to stand up for what you believe in. That's one of my biggest things. Dozer, I love you. Not scared of you, brother. Anytime, anywhere.
Wow. Strong words, Coach Will. To Mr. Dozer. Wow. Now I want to end this whole question thing, but this one, it really isn't a question. It's more of a statement, and it comes from.
Coach C.
Woo! It happens to not be from Coach C. It's from nobody that I've mentioned at all today on our interview here, which has been fantastic. Love learning about Coach Will. This has been amazing. This comes from one Davis Wright. He's a ring announcer. Do you know of one Davis Wright, sir?
I do. I do know Davis Wright. Not in great length, but I do know him. We have talked together. He's actually trained a few times with us with Brickhouse, who I would also mention later on, please. But yes, Davis Wright is a son of a bitch because he boos me whenever I'm in the ring. Whether it says wrestling coach, he boos. I don't know why. I did nothing to the guy. He just boos me. I don't get it. I don't know.
No shit. Wow. Well, it's funny that he's, I still haven't read a statement yet, but it's funny that we've just met yesterday. What I do is I get 4, 5, 6 fans together and myself. We all squeeze in on Skype, and I get a surprise guest. It could be a referee, could be a ring announcer, it could be a wrestler, and we just have a lot of fun. We chit chat about wrestling, and then once the talent comes in, shit gets a going, and we just we have a ton of fun. And Mr. Wright was actually part of the round table yesterday. He was on the panel for the very first time. Never met the guy before. We learned a lot about him yesterday, all together, just hanging out and talking. So we had a blast with one Davis Wright. So I just met him yesterday, and here he is. Kind of getting in on the questions for the Q&A, if you will.
Hey, I got one. You actually beat him to the punch because you are my first ever podcast. I have never.
Really?
Yes, sir. You beat him.
I love hearing those things because you know what? Everybody wants to get the names, okay? And I get that because, that gets you more views, that gets you more ratings, that gets you more whatever. Okay, I get that. But I love it from the ground up. I love going to places like the Chop Shop, seeing students come up from day one to day, when they're still continuing on a different platform, on a higher, later on in their career. I absolutely love that. So getting people onto the Stirring the Pot for the very first time of their interviews, never having doing one, I absolutely love that shit because we get to see you men and women evolve over time. And man, I got to sit with Coach Will for the very first time on an interview. So, those are the things that I really like, So I appreciate you coming on. And to be honest with you, I have had some first interviews here, and you have been very comfortable and good with your words. I find where people will come on, are a little bit nervous, maybe a little quiet, and then open up a little bit later on. You seem to be, you did the thing. I mean, right off the ripper. So you've been cool with the whole thing, and I appreciate that.
No worries, man. I'm 35 years old, dude. I'm a father of 4 kids. I've lived my life to where I don't need to hold anything back. I am a fun-loving guy. I think that's why the fans gravitate towards me the way they do because I'm just out there to have fun, dude. I'm not out there to, be this, fake person. And not saying, there are people out there that are fake and that's how everyone is. There's a lot of real people, but what you see here is what you get behind the
Right.
curtain. I've been real with everyone, and it's been paid back to me. Clearly, I get the respect from the fans that I love. I get respect from a lot of those guys in the locker room that I've been lucky enough to share either a ring with or just a locker room with. And yeah, it's something. It's just how I am, dude. I've been this way my whole life. I have no fear. It's fun.
It's easier to kind of be yourself and then put wrestling on top of it. And they say turn up the volume, amp it up to 11, or if you will. But it's much easier not having to create something from the ground up of a character with a name, with a look, with a backstory. What do I do? How do I present it? The whole 9 yards. So taking a character that is yourself and just putting a twist on it a little bit is much easier, and it's much more comfortable. And it doesn't, from as a fan's perspective and going through all of these interviews, I feel that when it's forced, it doesn't work right for us and yourself. So when it's more natural, more comfortable, we all get to have more fun out of what you're trying to present as a character. So I applaud you for not trying to force a character and just bringing something comfortable to the table so the fans could have fun. And then again, it relates back to yourself. You're having fun because the fans are having fun. So that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. It's funny too because the coach character almost didn't even take off when I first started training. So I was training for about 6 months, and then I was, Brickhouse Baker, my mentor and trainer, who I love to death, and I will also talk about him all night if you let me. Him and the TCW brains were like, what are you going to be? What's your character? And I didn't really have one at the time. I was still training. I wasn't worried about my character, but I'm like, I don't know, Coach Will. No. There's too many coaches out there, and they talked about, this guy and that guy, but no one really came up with another idea. So I kind of kept pushing it, and eventually they gave in to me. I guess they thought that, the character wouldn't last too long. And I mean, again, I have only been doing this a few years now. I'll be starting my 4th year in the business this coming end of the summer. But 2 strong years now, Coach Will's been going, and he's just been building up steam. So, hey, it worked.
Hey, kudos to yourself for pushing on and making it happen. I did not get to Mr. Davis Wright's statement, if you will. We kind of got a little off track there, but that's okay. That's what we do here. We get in a conversation, things go in a different direction. That's okay. But it's a very short and sweet, and I just want to make sure I have it correctly. There's a B with like 8 O's and 3 exclamation marks, which equals boo. So that was now. So that was a half-hearted boo. So let me read that one more time, because I know Mr. Davis would probably respect this a little bit, because when I'm a fan and I'm at a show, I don't half-heart that shit. I give it all I got. I give it a little stank on it. So let me read that one more time.
I'm gonna close my eyes and listen to see if I hear Davis Wright. Go ahead.
Okay.
That was very Davis Wright-ish of you, I must say, Mr. Kincaid. Excellent job.
Okay.
I felt like he was right in front of me, booing me, like he usually does. Yeah.
Happy to oblige, my friend. Oh, man. A lot of fun, a lot of laughs, a lot of smiles. Mr. Coach Will, we went through all, that's it for the questions. But again, it gave us much insight on who you are, what you're doing at the Chop Shop, how long you've been working, and all of that good stuff. But I like to talk about character, and not that we haven't at all, but my goodness. Now, this Coach Will thing, now, you kind of said that they didn't think it would take off. So what do we do? And then you're like, you know what? I want to do this thing. Let's see where it goes. And it's done good for you. Now we like to talk evolution of character on this show. I think evolution of character is very intriguing because I like to hear what goes through the minds of the men and women that have to do these transitions. Sometimes they go from face to heel to face. Sometimes they add a little bit of something to their gimmick just to change it up. Sometimes they change their attire completely. Sometimes they bring in a manager. So there's many aspects that you can do to evolve your character. So my whole long-winded ramble here is, do you see Coach Will kind of sticking with what you got, or do you have anything in your mind? Because some of the men and women already have an evolution of their character built, and maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the road, I'm already know I'm going to be this. Do you see Coach Will just taking as much steam as you can, seeing where it goes, or do you have a goal to, if it doesn't really get to where I want at X time, I might change it up a bit? So what do you got going on with the whole character of Coach Will in the future?
You know, the future, that's a hell of a question. It's not really something I've thought about too much. You know, when I first started training, I oof, boy, I never imagined it getting this far. I really didn't. When I started training, it was just because I loved wrestling and I wanted to try something different. And Brick House pushed me hard once he found out I wanted to try training, and it kept putting my ideas in the back of my head to the point where I want to do this now. I want to put my my mind and body into it. And Coach Will character is, I don't see him losing steam anytime soon. I don't see a reason to evolve it as far as character wise goes. I haven't changed up my moveset a bit rather, excuse me. I am a baseball coach in real life, and I do have a few baseball moves that I use in the ring. That I've adapted, and I try my best to continue to change things up. I just added one recently that went over pretty well. Actually, it was Mr. Sean Leader was one of the reasons why I used it. Actually, another good man. But yeah, it was. I'm going as far as I can with this. I mean, my future goal is that RICW Universal Championship. Whether I get it or not, we shall see. But yeah, let's see how far this ride goes, baby.
Now, I know someone is not going to be kind to the suggestion, but what if, since you're talking baseball, you may be trying to lay kind of overflow it into your wrestling character a little bit and into your moveset, just like you said. Maybe you could have a fun little spot to where you slide into home plate, but it happens to be Coach C's face. Something like that. That would be fun. I know Coach C. Sorry about that, Coach C, but I think that would be a lot of laughs. That would be great for the fans, especially where you guys' relationship is right now. Sliding into home, but it happens to be Coach C's face. Just to reiterate and recap, I see that vision, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun if you could pull that off.
I knew I liked you, and I like you even more now. Sliding into home is one of my moves, actually, and if he is on
shit,
I would be more than happy to make that happen. Trust me. However, until that contract becomes null and void, if I were to even accidentally do that, Coach Will is gone. So we will definitely, Mr. Kincaid, keep that idea in the back pocket. I promise you.
That'd be awesome. Woo. And I know there's no time limit on these interviews, but I could talk for 3, 4, 5 hours. I can just.
That's right. Same here.
Yeah. We talk wrestling, and I could just go on and on and on. But I kind of like to do in between an hour, maybe an hour and a half-ish, if you will, because, attention span nowadays, anything over an hour is kind of iffy to keep everybody in tune with what we're trying to project out there, especially, we're trying to get people to know Coach Will. But if I did not speak about my man Ryan Frost here, I have to speak because, hey, man, Test of Strength, that's my home base. I got Test of Strength in East Hartford. I got PAPW, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling in East Haven. I go to Ludlow, Mass, Battlefront. I kind of consider them one of my home bases nowadays, and many others. And I feel like a jackass if I've forgotten any, because there's so many fine promotions. But if I'm not mistaken, and I know we've used his name many a time here, Coach C happened to align himself with Cold Cash. They come out of Test of Strength. They are one Ryan Frost, TJ Howell, the third, and they've made their way up to the Chop Shop, RICW specifically. They've kind of got their way in there. They've started to make a little statement. And again, Coach C is with them. TJ Howell is trying to make him Caddy C. Oh, I love that shit, which Coach C doesn't. But
no one cares what he thinks. It's okay.
Did you have anything going on with Cold Cash? Was there kind of something that happened with you and Cold Cash? I have to ask.
No, it's fine. Yes, actually. I have been involved in a tag team match with your boys Cold Cash. So I've only been in 2 tag matches in my entire career. One of them was actually my first one ever. They were out there talking their trash. They had joined forces with that schmuck, and they were calling out a tag team to come face them. They wanted to make a statement. And this guy, David X, came out and challenged them on his own.
I know David X.
Yep, they laughed at him because he was out there on his own. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I didn't have anything going on that night. I decided to go join forces with him, and we took on Cold Cash. We were not victorious. I gave it my all, and I did have them down at one point, but in the end, they got one up on me and were able to finish off the match. But yeah, if I can find another partner that wants to go toe-to-toe with me, stand by my side when I go toe-to-toe with them, I would love to throw down again with those guys. I am happy to see them in RICW. Always nice to see new blood. I don't like the fact they've aligned themselves with Coach C, but I do like the fact that they couldn't care less what he says because they call him Caddy C. So kudos to you guys. Yeah, I got nothing but respect for them as far as them trying to get their name out there and do their thing. Good for them. I wish them the best, and I really hope they grant me a rematch with another partner sometime in the future.
Thank you for that, because curiosity has been killing me almost this entire interview. I wanted to ask it off the ripper, but I really wanted to get to those questions, because if I didn't ask that question, and Mr. Frost gets light of that, and I'm sure Coach C would put it right out there that I did not ask. I don't want a kendo stick to the gut from one Mr. Frost. We do have a good relationship, but he's volatile right now. I don't want to get him angry because he carries a kendo stick, and I don't want that on my skinny vessel.
Weigh about as much as a kendo stick too, then, Mr. Kincaid. We got to get some weight on you, my friend.
That's hilarious. I've been saying for months and months, probably the last 6 months, easy, maybe even a little bit longer, that I'm built like a candle. I'm gonna have to switch it over, and I'm built like a kendo stick. That is so more relative. Oh my God, you are amazing. I love you, Coach Will. That man, is that gonna get some good laughs? I am built like a fucking kendo stick. Oh my goodness, Coach Will. And if I just called you Coach C, I am so sorry, but this whole coach stuff really. This whole coach stuff has really got me all mixed up, riled up, amped up. My adrenaline's going. I feel a little hot under the collar. We've talked Frost. We've talked the coach. We've talked Miss Sparks. We've talked Dozer. We've talked many a fine name that go into the chop shop. And my friend, again, we could talk for hours. But what I like to do is maybe leave a little mystique, because once we get back, I know whatever we haven't spoke about, plus more, when we get up and running, once the whole COVID, that cracks me up, and I shouldn't laugh at my own shit, but it really cracks me up. But when we
you're not appreciated it, okay?
But when we get back, I would hope we could get a follow-up with one Coach Will, see where we're at, see if you've kind of got a little upcoming coming ups. I don't know how you say that, of Cold Cash. What is that?
A comeuppance, if you will.
Yeah, a comeuppance. There you go. Thank you. A comeuppance. I can't wait to see when you can get your hands or even a slide in the home base on Coach C's face. That's going to be fantastic. Legally, though, once that contract is all null and void, legally, and I'm sure the fans at the top chop shop are just waiting and waiting for that day. So, Coach Will, it's been an absolute pleasure not only speaking with you, we got to know a lot more about you because I didn't know jack about you, my friend. We've never met before. So this was an absolute pleasure. But before we go, sometimes I like to kind of, because I don't know all the questions that I should ask or what have you. Is there anything that you'd like to maybe a message, if you will, to either the fans, your peers, or your mentors, or all of the above, or something that I've missed that we should touch upon before we get out of here? There's other few questions that I generally ask, but I'm not going to get into some of those. They're just general kind of questions. So if there's a message you would like to send to anybody that's maybe watching, hopefully my dad and my dog aren't the only two. If they are, I apologize because I try to get people to watch these things. We have fun. Is there a message out there that you'd like to maybe speak about or a topic we haven't touched upon?
Boy, there's tons. Like you said, I'm a talker too, so I will try to behave here and keep this short.
No, that's okay.
So first and foremost, I would be remiss if I did not make sure I thanked Mike Brickhouse Baker for letting me train and giving me the opportunity to do something I only dreamed of. I never envisioned myself being a wrestler, a referee, anything. So Brickhouse, I truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I love you for it, and I will respect that man to the day I die. T Phoenix, RWA promoter, I also thank him for giving me the opportunities he has. Those two guys, saw something in me, let me keep going. And then same thing with RSCW, I thank them to keep the Coach Will thing going. So I had to get that out there first off.
Absolutely.
As far as the message to my peers, I miss you all. There's really no one in that locker room. I get mission no double negatives here. I basically appreciate everyone in that locker room. And it's a family. And I know you hear this all the time from everybody, but it's so true that I can't begin to explain to you how true it is. Mm-hmm. Those guys, that we've been to each other's, kids' parties, get-togethers. I know one of our brothers, their father passed away, and at the wake, a bunch of people went and paid their respect. Excuse me. So it's like this is not just a thing you do. It's a family, and I miss you all. I pray you're all doing well, and I can't wait to get back between those ropes and get my ass kicked and kick some of your asses as well. And to the fans, I miss you guys a lot. I know you miss us. Can't wait to see you again. And my last message would be to Coach C.
Oh, shit.
Piss off, kid. Piss off.
Piss off, kid. Piss off. What a way. You know what? I name every episode differently. I try to usually kind of listen to what the people are saying and pick a little something. And I think I'm going to call yours, and I hope you don't mind. Piss off, kid. Piss off. I think that's what we're going to call this episode. Is that okay, sir?
How about piss off, Coach C? Piss off.
Okay. We could do that because kid could mean many a kid, right?
Yeah, no. I coach kids. We don't want to do
that. I can't wait to entitle this episode. That's going to be I'm going to be fucking grinning from ear to ear just typing that in. Piss off, Coach C. Piss off. Ref Will, love the smile, love the engaging conversation, love the information. I am so thankful that we connected here and got to talk some Coach Will and wrestling, and I really appreciate your time tonight, sir. I really do.
No, I appreciate the time. The fact that you want to do this is awesome. I'm glad I got to chat with you. I definitely miss chatting about wrestling, and Coach Will misses being in that ring. And this interview just reminds me how much I miss being in that ring. Goddamn. I can't wait, dude. Thank you so much.
Absolutely my pleasure. This is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very special guest, Coach Will, man. Thank you again. The thing, yes, the thing.